Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Salt City Live podcast. Nick, here we go.
Here we go again. Let's go.
We're just a couple weeks away from a big race, May 8th and 9th.
Yep.
Getting everything excited, ready to go. So got a special guest tuning in with us tonight, Jerry Stone, 1976 Hutch National winner. Jerry,
right.
welcome onto the show.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate you dialing in. Kind of late notice here and quick notice and stuff too. So thanks for tuning in and stuff too. And from that part, we got some pictures we'll put up here in a little bit that they sent to us of your racing career and stuff too. So,
but Jerry is going to be the grand marshal for the third running of the Salt City 100. So we're really happy to have him aboard and have him on with doing that. So
fantastic. So Jerry, thanks for doing that. It's going to be fun. So tell us a little bit about your racing career.
I started in, yeah. Well, I raced go-karts when I was a kid, and then in '67 I started running. Well, I ran the first race there at Wichita, and then I raced for dirt cars for 38 years.
38, just a few, right?
Just a few, about 1,700 of them.
Wow.
And I at one time or another I run most places in this country. I lived in Pennsylvania for a few years, and I raced as far west as up in Seattle and San Jose, and I did a lot of different things. I didn't stick with one thing, sprint cars or supers or midgets. I kind of just did whatever happened to be available and what was, what seemed like the thing to do. And I run from Florida to up, and like I said, up to North Dakota and Pennsylvania to California. So I kind of covered a lot of the country.
Sounds like he did. You kind of sound like when we talked to Ken Schrader, kind of the same thing. I think he's raced in every state, he said, except Rhode Island and Hawaii.
Yeah, and I've known Ken Schrader since 1979.
Very cool. The old racing
Yeah.
world's a small world, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. Made a lot of good friends. I just don't see them anymore because, like Schrader, well, I talked to Schrader last week about something, and I know people in California and Pennsylvania and all over, but I don't see them, and very often.
Well, Ken Schrader raced with us last year at this race, but it was in July last year. But he is coming back again this year in July the 10th.
Yep.
He'll be bringing his modified down to race with us again, the IMCA modified to race with us here at Salt City. So it'll be fun to have Ken Schrader back too. So maybe if you're free, you come down and watch Ken race with us in July.
You never know. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I knew him. Got to know him in '79 when I was out running Outlaws, the first year of the Outlaws run.
So out of all the different kinds of cars that you raced and through all the different all the different eras, what stands out to you the most is probably like your favorite type of car, your favorite car that you ran.
Honestly, my midgets were my favorite.
Yeah,
there wasn't any money in it, and I love midgets, and I was probably better in the midget than anything else, but there's just no money in it. So I did a lot of different things. Sprint cars without wings probably was second.
Without the wing, okay.
Yeah.
The wing was a good thing for safety, but I didn't really like them.
Gotcha.
So it was a necessary thing at that time. Racing was pretty dangerous, and the wings saved a lot of lives.
Yeah.
So
they definitely probably didn't have the aerodynamic advantage back then when they first started running them as they do today, though.
Well, you're talking. Well, they were. It was a different thing. Yeah. Actually, the wings. I thought the wings nowadays kind of hurt the racing myself. I think they've kind of turned into like slot cars for the most part on the big tracks.
Mm-hmm.
But the wings always made quite a difference. The main thing was the safety. And like you said, the wings were used in a different way. And as far as how they made the car work, and it was a different era. The wings are, and the shock absorbers made difference, and tires. As things changed, it all evolved. And it's just nothing like it is now.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. You have to be, it seems like anymore you almost have to have an engineering degree to make a race car go faster on the racetrack.
Well, and I think an engineering degree, let's put it this way, I think the driver's less important now than they ever were. I mean, itself, the car is so technical now, and between the shocks and tires and wings and aerodynamics and stuff, if a car ain't right, the driver can't carry it. And so I think over the years, drivers have got less important, and the mechanical end and the equipment has gotten more important.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Which I don't think has been good, but that's just, that's evolution.
Yep. Yeah, right. It's evolution and stuff too. And you're right. It's more technical now than it's ever been. And, we're sitting here running these spring smashers and shock dynos, and now we got tire smashers.
Yeah. Yeah. I was, when I was racing at the end there, the shocks were getting more and more important. And like you said, it's just got, now you got to have a shock dyno and so many different things, and it's just changed. Racing's changed, just like everything else in this world.
Everything changed in it, and you got to adapt to it. You're right. Like you said, in our trailer, we've got the shock dyno, we got the spring smasher, got the tire smasher, and it goes with us. I mean, it used to be we just do it in the shop and take it and go from there, but now it's with us in the car, in the trailer,
Absolutely.
Yep.
If you don't have it, you're behind the eight ball.
Yep.
Well, you can't do it without it.
No.
And that's what I say. The racing's changed that way. You know, it used to be the cars were they were so different, you know, and the driver made the car work usually more than anything. And as we caught on, and we didn't understand stagger as much, and or you know, rollout or whatever you want to call it, and a lot of things. It's just changed.
Yeah. And a lot of the parts that you used to use, you know, you probably made a lot of those parts. You know, you probably made them in the shop, and
yeah.
You know.
Well, we built her first car in '68. The winter is '67, '68, and it was a Nance kit. But a Nance kit at that time was there was a box tube main rail. You got the two main rails and four pieces of bent tubing and a blueprint and a bunch of straight tubing, and that was a kit.
It's up to you to figure out the rest of the rest of the way.
Yeah, and fish mount the tubing with grinders and hoof rasps and all kinds of stuff. So it was just a different world. We built our own stuff mostly, and honestly, I miss that part.
Yeah, building your own cars and stuff too. Motors too, probably, right?
Yeah, I could take a motor part and put it back together, but I didn't build them. They were different than now. They weren't the high tech that they are now, but I didn't build motors. But I was capable of taking one apart, putting it back together, but I wasn't.
Getting the machine work and all that stuff done, and I get it. Yeah, makes good sense. Makes good sense too. So, but anyway, Jerry, I know we could sit here and talk for hours about racing and stuff too. Just excited for you to be our grand marshal at the
Salt City 100.
God, I'm trying to think. It's the third one.
Couldn't
spit it out for a minute. A third time. This is going to be the 118th 100 lapper at the track. It's going to be the 18th 100 lapper.
Yeah, something like
18th time they run a 100 lapper out that we've run it there. So it'll be fun. And the first year we did it, we had a lot of skepticism how the track was going to hold and what it was going to do, and we had an awesome racetrack. We had I don't know, what do you call it, a 12-inch cushion.
Yeah, it was
at least a 12-inch cushion. We should had Gus pull that picture back up of the cushion. We have a guy at the end of the race. He's actually leaning on it like it's a chair, sitting on it and drinking a beer on the side of it. That's how tall the cushion was on there. We didn't have quite as good of a track second year, so we're going to be working a lot harder this year to put that together from that part too. But there was a lot of people going to talk about how that track couldn't hold it, and it is true. I mean, that track is known for burning up tires and stuff the years past, and we had as a heck of a racetrack. So
first year, you know, it all kind of worked. You know, the weather was real nice and the racetrack was awesome. Last year it got a little rubbered up there at the end, but I think this year, moving it to May, I mean, I think we have an opportunity to have some really nice weather and have a racetrack like we did again the first year. So
so anyway, Jerry, the other kind of a rundown of what we do Friday, we're going to do some new stuff with Cody Swanson being first year of the race director for USAC on the Silver Crown side. Love what Cody's doing. He's doing a lot of stuff to bring life in these Silver Crown cars and stuff too. So we're going to have a little display around the Hutchinson on Friday, displaying some cars at a bunch of our sponsors and things around town from that part. And then, of course, we'll have the IMCA classes on Friday, and then we'll have URSS 305 sprint cars on Friday, and then we'll be practice for the USAC guys. And this is going to be their first race of the year, so we're excited for that to do that. And I think they're excited to come for the practice night and get their cars dialed in and stuff too from that part. And then, of course, Saturday will be a complete show for the USAC Silver Crown 100, but also our support class is going to be the URSS 305 sprint cars. So a lot of sprint cars running around that track on Saturday. And then, of course, Friday, after the races on Friday, we're going to go to one of our sponsors' restaurants called 25 Steak and Social for a little after party.
Right around the corner
from the racetrack, which is going to be fun and exciting too. And from that part, we're going to try to maybe display some cars Saturday too. So we'll kind of see how that goes from that part.
Yep.
Too. So that's kind of the rundown of how the weekend will go, Jerry. Just excited for you to be here. Excited for you taking the offer up to come play with us for a couple of days, right?
Yeah. Yep. Actually, I was looking forward to coming up for Fred Hembry was going to have a get together like we had the last couple of years before the race, but he's not going to be able to do that this year. So
He's not. How come? You know?
Well, I told him, I said, it's a poor excuse backing out of having that party just because you're having minor heart surgery.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's having heart surgery just like the day before or something. So
Wow.
I hate that.
Me too.
I hope it all goes well for him. But we had a lot of fun there last year, and Kenny Schrader was there about all afternoon. So
Yeah.
we had a good time.
Yeah.
Good deal.
So, well, hopefully everything works out for Fred. That's for
Yeah, I do too.
sure. So, anyway, so that's kind of the line of attack. So what we'll do there on Friday and Saturday, and maybe you can go around a couple of those places where the cars will be too, maybe or something. But from that part also, got a lot of sponsors in Hutchinson are sponsoring this track and keeping this old racetrack alive. And I don't know if you kind of followed that or whatever, Jerry, but this track was almost ready to be torn out. And
Yeah.
Nick and I went back and fought to get a proposal put together and fought tooth and nail to keep this racetrack alive. And with a lot of support from racers and fans and everybody, the businesses in Hutchinson and stuff too, that have really picked up to keep this racetrack alive. And that's been our goal, is to keep racing at the Hutchinson Fairgrounds and not let that track get torn out. So hope we can succeed and keep it going. So far we have. So that's our main goal.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you've done that, and I bet you miss Jim Petty too.
Oh,
So,
Oh, dearly.
he was good for racing. He was on
Yes,
the
he
phone all
was.
the time, and yeah.
yeah, we were actually in Hutchinson over at Pizza Ranch, one of our sponsors, doing a car show for the races. And I got the phone call that he passed away. And then at the same phone call, I found out he passed away right here in our dealership.
Oh, I did not know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've known Jim for a
yeah,
long time.
Jim loved this dealership. He loved working for us. He drove cars all over the country and stuff and everything. And I don't know if he was coming back from a trip or getting ready to go on a trip or whatever, but he just happened to be here. And yeah, it just happened right here. So that was kind of tough too
Yeah,
for Jim. But
really, I didn't know that.
But yeah, the history he knew about racing and stuff was incredible.
And all the connections that he had, and
Yeah.
he knew everybody.
Yeah, he knew everybody. That is for sure. So yeah, I missed Jim Petty dearly. I just sat around and talked with him. I mean,
Yeah.
just you could talk for hours.
Yep.
About racing and stuff.
So,
Even if
he
you
was
weren't a
good
race
guy.
fan, yeah, he was a great guy. Even if you weren't a race fan, you could talk to him for hours. he would tell you too. So, well, again, Jerry, thank you very much. Excited to
You're
meet you in
welcome.
person. And can we tease a little bit what we were talking about before the show?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we're going to call the guy that owns his number 94, right?
right.
Car. He's in
Shot-
St. Louis, and we're going to try to call him.
Hampton. Yeah, Hampton owned the car, and the guy in Charlotte restored it. Now he lives over by St. Louis. Yes,
So
Perry Tripp.
yeah, so we're going to try to get that car here. Not promising anything, but we're going to try our best. And I'm going to tell you, if I even have to send my truck and trailer maybe to go get it, I might have to do that too. Okay, if that's what he needs, some help to get it here, we might just have to go do that. We got a few trucks and trailers can do that, right, Nick?
We have the technology.
We do.
Yeah, that would be neat.
It would be neat. So
Cool.
anyway, Jerry, thanks again for tuning in with us. Thanks for taking the time, and look forward to meeting you in person. Look forward to just a couple weeks down the road. We're going to have a lot of fun with it, and hopefully we can get that race car here. That would be a blast to have it here. And I wonder
That would
if it runs, we got to see if he did let you take a couple laps around the track. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm stretching there. Okay.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I'm sure it's running. I don't know. He's always working on it.
Sure.
I mean, it's perfect. It was a really special car. Had a lot of different things on it. The different Weber carburetors and a lot of different oddball stuff. And he got it back just like it was originally.
That's
It's
cool.
a really nice car.
Well, dig your helmet and fire suit out. You may just have to
There
tag
you-
the tail of the Silver Crown race just for old time's sake.
And maybe even pace the
find-
face lap or something with it. How about that?
I'd have to find a fire suit that fit me.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. We can take care of that too if you
we can
can.
find one.
Right here at Mel Hamilton Racing, we can figure. We got plenty of fire suits to fit you if you can't find one, Jerry. So don't worry about that either. We got helmet, we got gloves, we got shoes, whatever you might need. If you can't have it, we can full suit you up. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hey, have a great evening,
So-
Jerry. Thanks for
Yep,
tuning in with
thank
us,
you.
and we'll
All right.
keep in touch here and see what we can do on this race car getting it here. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Hey, you too. Enjoyed talking
Thank
to
you,
you,
Jerry.
buddy. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
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 All right, man. That's going to be fun. Excited to get him
Yeah,
on the
it's gonna
phone
be a
and
lot of
stuff
fun.
too, and from that part. So let's see if we can get Kyler to dial in here next, and get that going. Get Kyler to talk about Dodge City and what's going on there and stuff too. So yeah, some exciting stuff there coming up, and again, lap sponsors. Let's talk about that too. If you haven't and Julie Petty's Arnold's talking about that already. We're just getting ready to spit that out. We got a few laps that yet to go, so let's get some laps. Need some sponsor one of those laps or whatever. Please let us know. A lot of that money is going back to the Silver Crown guys, so help us buy some laps and stuff too. And from that part, I guess we got Kyler on the line. Kyler, you there,
You hung
buddy?
up on him the first time.
Oh, I did. I thought I was hanging up on. I thought
That's why I put my hand down here this time.
I thought I was hanging up on
him
Jerry.
again.
I thought I was hanging up
Hey,
on
guys.
Jerry. But anyway, lap sponsors. There's quite a few laps left to go, Nick. Call
Yeah.
Nick or I.
Yep.
Or who
Or
can they
Troy
call?
Batson or Rick and get them get hooked up with sponsoring a lap. So still plenty left to sponsor. $100 a pop. And that money's going to go back to the drivers of the USAC Silver Crown Series.
Okay. Kyler, real quick, let's brief. You had a great race last Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll tell you guys, what a way to start the season. We had 110 cars, 25 sprint cars, we had 28 modifieds, 25 hobby stocks, 14 stock cars, and like 14 modifieds. So we had a heck of a show, and track turned out to be amazing. And I can't thank my track crew enough for everything they do. We're looking forward to getting Hutch ready and getting ready for this 100 lapper coming up in a couple weeks.
Are you a little nervous about that 100 lapper, Kyler?
You know, being the first race of the year, yes and no. I'm glad we moved. I am glad we moved it to May, though. That's going to help us out a bunch.
It's going to help a
Gonna help
lot.
us out a bunch. Yeah. So that takes a little bit of the stress away there too. But I was over there yesterday and took a look at it, and gonna move a little dirt here real soon, and get the tires pulled from the bottom, and try to get some better material pulled up. Yeah, we're just gonna start getting the place beautified. Everything else looks really nice. The grounds look good. Everything's ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll and Hutch.
Well, that's kind of where we're at too. I can't believe it's already here. It seemed like it was be months away, and all of a sudden it's weeks away. And
Yep.
hope everybody's ready. Hope everybody's ready for Friday night, May 8th. You stock car guys, you're ready to put on the show you put on for last year, I hope. Modifieds and B mods, sport mods. So excited for some great racing over there at the fairgrounds to get the point series started for the IMCA classes, and of course the first points race for the URSS 305 sprint cars. And today Nick and I were on the phone with all those guys talking about plans and ideas and stuff with that. So just excited. Had a great call with them gentlemen this morning, getting everything in line for them and stuff too for a 2-day show, both Friday and Saturday. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. So
Yeah, and just the
Can't
new
wait.
life that Cody's going to bring to the USAC
Oh yeah.
is going to be great too. And this being the first race of the year for them, hopefully the car count's really good.
they're talking like it's going to be pretty good.
Well, I think they got a lot of positive momentum,
Mhm.
moving along with them too, and that's good. And then how cool is it to have Jerry Stone be our grand marshal? That was very cool for Cody to
Yep.
help set that up. I collect these little sprint cars, and I have a Jerry Stone sprint car that I'm going to have him sign. He's
There you go.
There you go.
he's definitely one we've watched and stuff in the past. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, got to give a little
So, yeah.
shout out to Pat Solomon. He kind of helped put that all together too this afternoon too. So Pat, of getting Jerry on the phone and stuff. But I could have talked for another hour. No, I shouldn't say another. At least another hour with Jerry, all his stuff he had to talk about and stuff too. So it'd be fun to get to know him more when he gets here in person too. I hope we can get his car here that he won in. That's what I hope.
That would be really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. That'd be cool. But no, we're everything's looking good, guys. I think like I said, we're gonna go over tomorrow and play around a little bit. And
Okay, so
yeah,
everybody
we'll
knows
send
we're
some
gonna
pictures.
we're gonna pull the tires, guys. Get the dirt off the wall, and no berm either, right?
No, but we got to do something. So it's unfortunately we're gonna have to do something, or they're gonna be running down there next to the victory lane on either side. I mean, we got to put tires or something out. But I think we can make it work with some tires. Something that's not huge tractor tires. They can hit and move. But you give a racer an inch, they'll take a mile on the racing surface. So we got to do something.
It's got to
keep
push
them
the big
up.
tires back out there, Kyle. That's all we got to do.
Yeah,
Got to put them back out.
And I think that'll be fine. But yeah, I think it's that place is so silty that we got to go somewhere with it, and we just didn't realize that when we buried those tires. So that's kind of why we buried and we kind of filled that berm up over them to kind of get rid of some of that silt that works up. But no, everything's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we can repeat having that big old cushion again, and Jason and Jesse and Max and Tyler and all the crew that come up there. I have no doubt, and Chad, they have the capabilities of making that happen again. So
yes, they do.
It'll be good for sure.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
everybody, friends, get your family, get everybody talking about May 8th and 9th. Let's fill these grandstands up. Got a lot of videos out there running around right now and stuff. So if you, on your Facebook page, if you can get out there and share that off of Salt City's page, I'd love it for you to do that. To push the word out more and more about what's going on the May 8th and 9th. Don't forget, we're going to have a little bit of a car show type deal Friday afternoon with some of the Silver Crown cars. And then Friday night after the races, it'll be the after party at this 25 Steak and Social, just right around the corner there. Bill Speakman and his guys that own that reached out to them and asked them if they would do that. And of course, they close at 11, but they're going to stay open longer for us.
Yep.
And made a special menu for us after that. And we'll have that up. Should have probably put that up, but that's okay. We're running last minute. But they made a special menu for us that they're going to serve for food and drink after the races.
Let's just put it this way: you won't be disappointed.
There you go. So, can't thank Bill and everybody of his crew at 25 Steak and Social for having the after party on Friday night. Thank you for that, and it's going to be a blast. And then, of course, we'll kick off the Salt City 100.
Yep.
And then the sponsors that we kind of haven't got up on the board yet, which is also Prairie Hills Nursery. Scott, thank you, Scott Meggers, for double teaming that with his Scott Meggers Landscaping also. So he picked up another one with his business, and also Stratica. And we're going to do a lot of partnering with Stratica out there at the caves. And if you haven't been down there, you need to go. Nick and I got to go down, and it was a blast down there. Spent about 20 minutes down there. And Tyler, have you been down there?
Yeah, I went down there the first year we were there, and
yeah,
I'm going to go back. That thing is very cool to go check it out.
Yeah, I want to go back.
Yeah. So anyway, and then Idea Tech is our new Pace Truck sponsor, co-sponsored with Lowen. So we picked up Idea Tech. So thank you to those 3 brand new sponsors, and for that part too.
There you go.
Everybody, thanks for all the sponsors. We'll play the sponsors up again, but those 3 we've not got up on their deal yet, but we will. And just I sat here on the phone, Rachel from the Stratica just emailed me her poster or banner to put up, so we can finally got her logo and stuff. We'll get that made and get that put up too. So what are we leaving out, gentlemen? Anything?
No, I think we got some good momentum with both the USAC and the URSS, and I think we're looking at having a great turnout. So get your tickets bought, and let's get to the racetrack.
That's right. Share the videos out there, everybody. Get this. Let's fill these stands. Just a little hint. We need to prove to somebody these races need to keep going still more and more for what Nick and I have been dealing with. So please get this post out there, share it, talk to your friends and family, talk to everybody at your work, wherever you go.
Write your senator.
Yeah, write your senator. And let's get out there and fill these stands for May 8th and 9th and prove to the fair board we need to keep racing at the fairgrounds. And that's what Jerry said too. We need to keep racing from that part. But this track does not need to go away. So let's get these stands full, share the post. Let's have some fun. Everybody have a great evening. And we'll talk to you next Wednesday at 5:30.
There we go.
One more time.
Have a good night.
Kyler, thanks for tuning in, buddy. And let's get that racetrack geared up, okay?
All right, buddy. We'll see you guys soon.
Everybody have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.